I'm going to be showing you the brand new iMac that Apple just announced. This is a brand new 5K 27-inch Retina display model, and this also has something very, very special. Much like the new Pro displays that you guys have seen, you now have the option to configure this model with a Nano texture display. And what this does is it gives you that matte finish, but not just any matte finish. I have been editing on the Pro Display XDR for quite a while, and the difference between editing on that Nano texture and the regular Retina on my previous iMac Pro, it is honestly like night and day. Anyway, this is the new 27-inch iMac. It's 65% faster with 6, 8, and 10 core processors. There's 2 different configurations for graphics, 55% faster GPU. You can also configure it up to 128 gigs of RAM. I love that they're now including solid-state drives across all models, and you can also configure it up to 8 terabytes. And this is a really huge upgrade, especially for the iMac, because I feel like a lot of people are using this for so many different things, whether it's video editing, editing photos, even just doing Zoom calls. No matter what you're doing, having a solid-state drive is so much more efficient and much faster. And again, we're talking about the regular iMac, not the iMac Pro. The iMac Pro is obviously geared way more towards professionals, but a lot of the things that iMac Pro has is now trickling down into the iMac at a much lower price. I feel like the times now have shifted so significantly to everyone working from home, and an iMac I feel like is a really great family type computer. We had iMacs growing up all through when I lived with my parents, and it was really great because that sort of was the centerpiece to kind of like our household. And even back then, which I don't want to, it was quite a while ago at this point, and even back then, like having this computer, we would watch shows on it. I would do homework, my sisters would do their homework, my dad would be reading the news, my mom would be using it for her work. So I feel like now, even more than ever, because everybody is home, having this one sort of central device that really can do everything is incredible. I think now the problem is now that everybody's home, everybody's gonna want to have an iMac. Even though I just got this one, I still use my iMac Pro a lot. Granted, I do have one of the Mac Pros, and I know I'm kind of in sort of a unique situation where my job basically revolves around reviewing technology and editing and production. This is kind of an unlikely situation, but the fact that I do have a Mac Pro and I do sometimes end up gravitating towards my iMac Pro because it really is all in one. It has the webcam built in, it has incredible speakers. I don't have to do anything, I just push a button. Everything that I want to use with the Mac Pro, it's all external. So if I want to add a webcam, I have to add a microphone, I have to add speakers. So you don't get that sort of just out of the box, ready to go. And with the new iMac, they did finally upgrade the webcam. I mean, this is seriously crazy because it's something that even now, like, people didn't use the webcams as much as they do now. There has been a shortage of webcams. I bought a Logitech webcam maybe like 4 months ago. 2.5 months later, it canceled. They said that they didn't have any and they couldn't send it to me. I was like, that's crazy. The things that we took for granted before, like a webcam, So having this new upgraded webcam I think is very important. They also have an upgraded microphone. It's studio quality. It's a 3-mic array. It also has the Hey integration, which I surprisingly do use more than you would think. I know a lot of people, myself included, have come very accustomed to being able to talk to your devices, especially with the HomePod and Alexa and Google. All of these things has just made it so simple to start talking to your devices. The speakers and the webcam are now working in conjunction with the T2 security chip. So with the webcam, it's automatically adjusting for exposure, focus, it has enhanced tone mapping, it's working with face detection. So that's to help improve a lot of the Zoom calls, the WebEx calls, the Teams meetings, the FaceTimes, whatever it is that you're doing to get through your day for work or fun or whatever it is. So the webcam has been updated, and even in my little bit of time in testing this, you can definitely tell that it does adjust very quickly for exposure. So it definitely does help out if you are in lower light situations. And there's one thing that I have noticed quite a lot about a lot of these conference calls that I've been on. Some people just still cannot figure out finding the good light is very important. Put yourself towards a window. or just put a little light on you. It goes a long way. So the nano texture glass that is on this iMac is very similar to the Pro Display XDRs, and that's an extra $1,000 when you upgrade the Pro Display. And for the iMac, it is an extra $500. But honestly, if you are considering getting this, I can't even tell you how incredible it looks. Like you might be just like seeing your fangirl, you're just feeding in to giving Apple more money. This is worth it. Especially if you do work from home, I feel like it's so much easier on your eyes. It completely eliminates glare, and everything just looks so much more crisp, especially if you're doing photo editing or video. It's just really hard to even explain if you've never experienced this. I would tell you to go to the Apple store and check it out, but COVID. Also, the microphone on this is really good, and I think that's one of the things that Apple has been also focusing on, obviously with the updated microphones in their MacBook line. The speakers sound incredible. I was watching some movies and playing some games on Apple Arcade. I just forget how loud those speakers can get. Also with the T2 security chip, it's enhancing the balance, the fidelity, and it has a deeper bass. And when I was watching some of these shows, I was putting that volume all the way up, and I was really surprised how loud these speakers are. Since I do edit a lot on my iMac Pro, I usually do edit at max volume. So I'm gonna be editing this entire video that you're watching here on the iMac. The rest of this video is gonna be kind of a day in the life of me and the iMac back there. Happy editing day! So the iMac is still over here in my studio shooting area, which is a complete disaster, but welcome to the vlog portion of this video. This is gonna be moved over to a desk so that I can start editing this video. And let's just take a moment to remember this has an SD card slot, and that's glorious. This is true talent right here. I already see like the nano texture, so I'm basically pointing this directly up at my lights. And when I'm looking at this straight on, there is absolutely no glare. No reflection, it's beautiful. Let's get this thing powered on, start editing. A lot of stuff that I shoot, like the sit-down desk stuff, is all recorded to a solid-state drive. So I use the Atomos Ninja 5. So we're not actually recording to SD cards, but some of the shots that my sister got using the Edelkrone, behind the scenes of shooting the Mac Pro, getting some cool Edelkrone shots. Jen is the Edelkrone Pro.
Not really.
Getting the shots, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Those were actually recorded to an SD card, and right now I'm recording using the Sony ZV-1. I've been dying to test this camera out in sort of a shooting vlogging situation like this. So this is kind of like a two-part video test for me. I'm testing out the iMac and also testing out the vlogging camera. But this, of course, is also recording on an SD card. So let's start transferring some footage. Normally I do edit off of external drives, but today I am gonna edit directly off the solid-state drive just to test out the performance and see how it handles it. Testing out that new 1080p webcam. I actually made most of my first YouTube videos on the iSight camera on one of my MacBook laptops. So me and this webcam, we have a history. So in this webcam test, I was purposely putting myself in front of the light. So basically I was making myself backlit. So normally in some of the other webcams, in this specific test, it would be trying to adjust for the light that was behind me, in return making myself dark and you not being able to see me at all. So this seemed to handle it quite well. I look forward to doing some FaceTime calls on here. Maybe I'll call my sister. Let's see what she's doing. Let's see what she's doing. Nervous, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous. Oh, I hope she answers.
Yeah.
This is not Jenna. This is absolutely
Jenna, don't listen to my sister.
Hi.
iJustine.
Oh God. You don't even know how scary that was. I thought you got kidnapped.
We all are having a corner meetup because we're walking Maddie and we saw our friend.
What device are you on?
I can't tell you. Does it look good? Does the device look good?
It looks pretty great, but like, what is that?
What are you doing?
What is that?
You on a secret device?
Maybe. I don't know. Does it look good?
Yeah, well, I'm also outside, so like, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Okay. How's my audio sound? Does the audio sound good too?
Yeah, you sound good.
This is great. Thank you for participating. You guys have a nice walk.
All right, bye. See ya.
Bye. Oh, wow, the device looks good. I also realized while editing that I didn't tell you guys the specs of this Mac. So this is the 3.6 gigahertz 10 core Intel Core i9. It has 64 gigs of RAM and it's running the AMD Radeon Pro 5700 XT 16 gigabyte graphics card. So this is a pretty solid iMac and things are going quite well. I look forward to seeing what you guys think of the video and what you guys think of the whole iMac refresh right now. There's so much happening in the world of tech, so it's always really fun to be able to get a chance to test these out for you guys. I also plan on moving this iMac back where my other iMac was because this is my streaming station. And all of the streams that I have been doing over on Twitch, I've actually been streaming on my iMac Pro. So I'm definitely gonna test this out and see how it handles all of my streaming setups. So let's spec one of these out and just take a look and see. So here it is. Oh my gosh, they're doing like a little 3-cam, multi-cam edit there. So obviously this is the 27-inch, and yes, they do still have the 21.5-inch iMac. This iMac is starting at $1799, which when you think about all that you're getting in this all-in-one device, it's pretty incredible. So here's the 21-inch options that they currently have available, and this is the new 27-inch. So we have 3 different models to choose from. Oh boy. There's a 3.1 gigahertz 6-core processor. There's the 3.3 gigahertz 6-core, and that has the Turbo Boost 4.8 gigahertz with 512 gigs of storage, and then the 3.8 gigahertz 8-core processor with a Turbo Boost 512 gigs of storage. So it looks like it ranges from $1799 to $2299 starting price for one of these. Nano texture glass is an additional $500. Worth it. I can't wait until we have a nano texture MacBook. Hello, Apple, please sign me up. Sign me up. I think I've just completed my edit. I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. I am gonna do a streaming setup on here, so if you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, make sure you do so. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, and if you guys have any questions about this iMac, leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer them in my next video. So that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.